And a very good evening from a clean and crisp Penshurst Park. Live on the Football New South Wales is match day 13. St George, the National Premier League men's competition. St George very good evening, live from Penhurst Park for match day 13 of the National Premier League men's competition in New South Wales, live on the official Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Welcome to another fabulous weekend of football here on the New South Wales Football YouTube channel. My name is Don Rizzuto, coming to you live, as I mentioned, from Penhurst Park here in the heart of Rockdale, or somewhere close to that. Some might say I'm a little lost. I'm not from the area, but I'm looking forward to calling this one between St George City and Manly United, 7th versus 11th today for you. It's going to be an absolute cracker between two sides playing for many different reasons today as they search for important points to progress themselves up the ladder. Let's start off with the two sides as they get prepared to come out. Let's go with the away side today. Levi Kay is in goal for Manly. Kieran Paul is out at right back. Zach Svigoli is in at centre half alongside Alan Andganovic in number 19. Jesse Perez is out at left back. Jackson Hillier, Peter Kekaris and Blake Van Babos is in at the centre midfield position. Rocco Pelle and William Faulkner are starting up top alongside Stefano Rosso. And then on the bench of Joseph Fox, Stefan Vischer, Corey Cronin, Jay Coates, Jack Mason and Bilal Bacardi. Then we go to the home side. It's Jack Kenny in goal, Cameron Fong, Solomon John, Monaghan Vicar. I'll probably have to shorten that one down, Solomon. I do apologise. Tarek Erkin, Jason Romero up top, Costa Petratos, Brody Clarkson, Presley Ortiz, Lewis Curry, Kai Kamikura, and number 99 for you today is Matthew Karamelevsky for the starting side for St George City. And then on the bench of Joshua Hong, Fuamoto Kamada, Nathan Roberts, Dominic Cox, Yarasimarcus Petratos and Joseph. I can't even understand my own writing here. We'll just get it for you. The last player on that bench for you today for St George City is Joseph Knowles as the backup goalkeeper. Your referees today, I will get them for you in 2 seconds, are Danny Hornstead, Mason Griffith, Thomas Aders and Jackson Tippett. The dramatic music is playing and is pumping here for a, some might say, a sellout crowd here at Penhurst Park. Plenty of people coming along to cheer both sides on and help them pick up that all-important W. Both sides in the winner's circle last week. Manly United picking up a very important 3-2 win over Northwest Sydney Spirit. St George City continuing their strong start to the season with a 3-1 win over Sydney FC. We are about halfway through the competition now, would you believe it? Time is flying in 2024, which makes it even more important that both sides, or either one of these sides, takes some points away with them come the full 90 minutes. Particularly Manly United sitting down in 11th spot, trailing away and needing points to keep up with the runaway pack. As for St George City, they're in and amongst the best, but they themselves are slowly slipping away, despite the fact that they picked up the win last week, but their form has been relatively inconsistent. A win, a draw, a win, a draw. That ratio has not allowed them to get any form of progression they would like to battle it with the big guys up the top of the table. Here come both sides now, led out by their captains. For Manly United, that is Kieran Paul today. And for the home side, it is Tarek Akan. Sure to be an absolute classic here between two very sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Penshurst Park for this round 13 clash of the NPL between St George City and Manly United.
Manly United, of course, wearing their famous deep blue strip with the red trimmings. And they'll be running left to right across your streaming screens today. Whereas it'll be the opposite for St George. They'll be running from right to left. And they are wearing the red and white combination. Both sides are now just entering their respective huddles, referees included. The bench for Manly is looking a little light at the moment. Whereas they're coming on now, the remaining Manly substitutes. We're just having to run across now to the dugout. I was just about to say St George had lined up with their 5 subs. Whereas Manly had barely got what looked to be just the coaching staff sitting there. That has now changed, of course, and they are at a full complement. Meaning this game will be as fair can be. It will be St George City kicking off. Romero in the middle, ready to get us underway. We're still waiting for the lineup from the announcer to finish before we get this one underway. We are a little bit behind schedule today, as there was an incident in the reserve, or I should say the under-20s game just previously. We do wish that player all the best in his recovery. I'm actually not entirely sure if that one ended up even finishing. You'll have to keep an eye out to your relevant news channels to find out what happened in that one. But we have now got this one to call for you today on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel between St George City and Manly United. We're underway here from Penshurst Park. And it is, first of all, a game of aerial ping-pong to start it off. Still failing to bring the ball down until St George do retain possession and get it all the way back to Kenny in goal. And they will start their first phase of attack. It's a long ball forward. Going direct early on here. City does go out of play. They can't keep it in there. Costa Petratos not being able to bring it under control. He's taken up field. It's still in here. Had to be held well by Karamelevski. And here he is again, the centre half. Switching it across here to Monaghan Viker. They go direct, straight over to Romero, but it's headed away cleanly by Aganovic. City get it back. The ball forward by Monaghan Viker was just overhit. They keep Manly under pressure here. Romero switching it out before City retreat backwards through Kamakura. Can't surge forward as that one goes out for a throw. Ganovic goes long. It's not a great ball forward. Manly get away with it and they switch the play. And now Paul can bring it forward, but he's had a shanked go at it. And City retrieve possession. A lot of their attack starting through Karamalevsky. They go long again. Directly up top here. And eventually win a throw. It's Petratos now. Unfortunately for him, he cannot keep the ball under his belt. And it goes out for a goal kick. It's not a good clearance from Kay as he gives the ball away. Here comes Ortiz. Oh, nice flick on there by Romero to Ortiz. He was offside though. Flag is raised. Ganovic this time goes long with more effect. Puts the City defence under a bit more pressure, and they do win a throw further up the field here, the away side. Okay, switching it across now to Svilagoy. No way forward at the moment as City apply a relatively effective press. Ganovic gets himself into a corner. Clears up towards William Falder, but he can't bring it down, and it is a offside called. Here's one-hand Viker. It's a nice ball over the top. Svilagoy has to come across and deal with the danger and just hoists it high in the air and out of play. City so far looking very much up for the fight here, trying to challenge Manly in any which way they can. They're still going here, and then it's a clumsy foul by Jesse Perez. Our first free kick following a foul for the evening. In a dangerous position here. Romero's over to take it. Both these sides pack a lot of height in them. Ball's whipped in there from Romero towards the back post. Kay goes high, comes high, just parries it away, and then it can't be flicked back towards goal, and Manly survive. Kay's touch effective enough. Not opting to throw Karamalevsky up for that free kick, St George City, which I thought was quite strange. He does look like the tallest player on the field. Viker switching it back again, and then a really nice ball forward by Karamalevsky, but he can't quite find the intended target of Petratos. No, it wasn't Petratos there, to apologise. It looks like it's Cameron Fong out on the far side. Ball on that Astro really skipping away. He's always asking a bit. Manly just struggling to play their way out of danger at the moment. City are pressing really well. So good switcher play here. And the ball forward by Kamakuro is a little heavy, gets away with it, and they get the throw in following the clearance. Manly hoof away. Kamalevsky had to be again very composed as he was pressured by the Manly attackers. And Vicar striding forward. Nice ball into the path of Romero, but they lose the ball, and now Manly look to counter. The switch of play now is on as they drive in towards the box, but Monahan Vicar steps in really well and wins the ball back. Only momentarily, though, as Manly come again. And then they give it away, and the switcher player's on. Romero's chasing. He is onside. Brings it down nicely. It's a little heavy, and Svilagoli comes across and covers in the end really nicely. Danger's not over yet, though. Pass just over hit there, and this will be called a goal kick. Nice layoff, and here's Falder. Manly moving it really nicely. The ball from Rosso was just over hit, and Perez just couldn't keep it in. Ball goes high and bouncing kindly for City. The pass from Kamakura is overhit. Eventually the throw is given. It's given away from Manly and will be awarded to the home side. Svilagoi using his strength to win the ball back. His clearance doesn't go as far as he would like. That's a lovely header forward. It's picked up nicely by Romero. Striding into the 18-yard box. Has a shot, deflected, and it will be a corner. A chance for City to load the box once more. They've sent most people forward. Not a single Manly player is in the field of play. That's a nice header away from the Manly defender, and it gets them out of trouble. Monahan Vicar shooting out now to Fong. Back in here to Clarkson, who gives the ball away and sees it go out for a throw. Should play it now. Here's Kamakura. Back to Monahan Vicar. Walewski goes long. Kamakura back onto his right foot and then headed clear by Aganovic. Still with the home side though, looking for that opening. Kekaris loses out and City come again. Nice layoff. Here's Ortiz, but he's offside. You'll be disappointed with that. Pulled as well to keep it in. This could work out here for Manly, but Viker was well positioned. Manly just starting to work their way into the game now with 13 minutes gone. Getting a bit more of the ball and finding avenues through this City press. And that should be a free kick, it is. But cynical there from Ortiz as he brings down Manly centre midfielder Jackson Hillier. And they're sending the power forwards forward. When I say the power forwards, I mean the centre halves. Aganovic, the obvious target. Very good in the air. It's flicked off a couple of players, but eventually it drops kindly to the home side, who then get a free kick given for an offside. Karamaleski bringing this forward to Erkin. A flick audacious and then a lovely turn from Hillier, trying to find a way through, still battling out there on the touchline. Actually, the ball's given away and the free kick is given for the shirt pull. Looking to take. He's got the pressure of Rosso. A lovely ball forward. But a free kick is given against City. I think it went against Ortiz again. Long up towards Kekaris. City again, too good in the air. Oh, that's really nice from Kekaris, and he's brought down. City doing their best to keep the Manly left winger out of the game as much as possible. Bringing him down now on a couple of occasions, rather cynically. Comes the free kick now. It's gone all the way to the back post. There's Sufagoli, and it's in the back of the net. Sufagoli gets on the end of it. It's a Manly special. A long, sweeping free kick is met brilliantly from the centre half. And after a tricky start for the away side, they pick up a very important early lead here at Penhurst Park. St George City 0, Manly United 1. Could this be the start of another impressive win on the road for Manly United? They do love that play, Manly. The long free kick into the box and using those two centre halves, but they've got to deal with the danger here immediately. And it's brilliantly saved by Kay at the near post. City activating the FIFA kickoff routine and almost scoring immediately after conceding. They hang on though, Manly, and they'll look now to just reset and not fall victim to the oldest phrase in the book, as Rosso drives one high and wide. And they meant the oldest phrase in the book: you're most vulnerable when you just score. And they almost were just then. Equally, they almost made City pay again. That's a lovely ball from Karamalevsky. Ortiz tries to bring it down. It was not easy to do. He's managed to pinch it back, plays it into Romero, gets it back here, Ortiz. Tries to find Karakuma, but Kamakura cannot keep that in as he slid back to try and receive the ball initially. Is Fulder claiming for a handball, doesn't get it. Romero loses the ball though, and now Manly can come again. Storming forward of Rosso, switches it out here to Kekaris. He's got players in the middle, looking for options, goes to the byline, switches it across, and an important block away by Erkun has allowed City to counter with a little bit of speed and a little bit of freedom. A whipping ball at the path of Ortiz isn't bad. He had a bit of his shirt nibbled out there by Aganovic. I still don't think he would have got there regardless. Oh, that's nicely played, and Falder is onside. It's a lovely whipping ball. Manly are looking for two here. It's drilled across, only into Kamakura, but it will be a corner for Manly, who have really now got their tails up here at Penhurst Park. And they'll fancy themselves from the set piece again. Kekaris is over to take it. Turning provider this week after his double last week. Can he be a provider twice in this game? It's whipped him really nicely, and Ganovic was there to meet it. It's still there, and then brilliantly handled by Kenny in goal. Had to be really, really good with his hands there to keep that ball from falling away. And City guilty of losing it again, but it was Svilagoy who pinched the ball back and was wasteful with the pass forward. City survive. That's a poor giveaway. And City are lucky to come away with it. It's Curry who did well to pinch the ball back after a poor pass initially. Is Clarkson. Barnstorming run here from Karamalevsky. Nice to find Ortiz, can't do so. Ortiz is then guilty of pushing over the Manly defender, and the free kick is given. Lovely switch of play there from Kay to Paul, who does well to get his way through. Falder linking up nicely with Hillier. Ball forward from Pires is not kept in, and then off the flag, and then Falder tried to play it quickly into Van Bosse, but no one on the Manly team was expecting it to stay in. When they got the aid from the corner flag, as Walewski gets himself into a yard of trouble, and then Kenny is forced to go long. What a great header away from Paul. Works out again for Manly, and that's a nice ball forward from him on this occasion. The flick there from Rosso, probably unnecessary. And that's a good pinch there from Petratos. And now City will look to break, but they lose it again. Here's Rosello putting it forward into the path of Bambrose, but he was offside. And City get it underway quickly. This game is being played at a lightning pace. I don't think that one goal from Svilagoy is going to be the only one we see today. Here's Clarkson. Into Curry. That's a Kamakura. Tried to find a cross, but the ball just ran away from him ever slightly, so we had to reset. Over on the other side of the field now. Clarkson. Manly just holding their shape very well. City finding it hard to break through. Clarkson now, that's a Monaghan Viker. Kamakura is there, it's Monaghan Viker. Tries to play it into Ortiz. I think who was eventually out of position would have been offside had it gone through to him. Okay, gets out to Hillier, goes long, but it's easily dealt with by Monaghan Viker. Hillier steps in well and wins the ball. Here is back to Hillier, bombing forward into the path of Van Brosse, but it's well dealt with there by Erkin. Kekaris, though, picks this up. Can't break through on that occasion. Manly still have it. Pires driving. Pires! Oh, and it's not too bad of an effort. It bobbled along the ground, and Kenny, who initially looked comfortable, had to drop down low and just bundle it around the post for another corner to Manly. Really picked up some speed, I should say, not peed, speed off the ground. And the keeper had to be at his very best to just do enough to get it away. Manly, though, still have the chance to double their lead here via the set piece. Kekaris standing over it. It's a nice whip, and there's plenty of players there, and it's Falder in the end, who I think just hasn't got enough on it. It was great tracking back there, and Manly come back against City again. It's a nice pass into Bambros there, but he can't find the pass back to his teammate, and now City can break. Here's Ortiz. Into Romero, looking for options. Nice whipping ball towards the back post, but Manly have the numbers there. And Aganovic clears away as Petratos can't bring it down, and Manly is giving this defence all sorts of troubles. Here is Rosso onside, and his touch has just let him down. Just took one more to try and set himself, but that most important touch was a little heavy. This is a nice run from Ortiz. But he can't get it around Aganovic, who's done really well there to marshal him away. Clarkson to Kamakura. Clarkson again to Romero. So, nice raking ball from Kamalevsky. They've kept it in here, City, nicely. Keeping the pressure on. Romero, just under too much pressure from Svilagoy. He then plays a wonderful pole forward into the path of Bambasse, who's onside. Oh, well, that is a big call from the official. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because the Manly United forward's finish was straight at Kenny. That is a very big call. Looking at the replay there. Manly can count themselves a little unlucky. That's nice work there by Curry. He can't find an intended target. Here's Romero driving forward, looking for a path forward. He does really nicely into Curry, tries to get it across. Svilagoy is there to see it out for a corner. With half an hour just in front of us, City are looking for that response. Whipped in there by Petratus all towards the back post. And then it's just touched away there by Oganovic and out for another corner. Seem to get the ball out of the sign there. Cleared away nicely by Manly in the end. And then a shot is taken by Clarkson. And then it's just headed over. And we do have a player down here. It looks like it's Zach Svilagoy. We'll have a momentary break. Svilagoy looks okay. He is running towards the bench, however. Being asked to stand on the sideline first. I think that there's a substitution that's going to be made. We'll see him come back on very shortly. We are away again. Kay going long and direct from the goal kick. Monahan Viker's header is spewed out to the right and out for a throw. Svilagoy is back on for Manly. Ganovic loses out. Here's Romero. after the quick throw. Tratos trying to find a way forward. Has done really nicely. Looking for targets in the middle. Here's Romero now. Sulagoy gets in the way. Needed to. That looked like a shot that was goal bound. Another corner here. Whips it towards the near post. Manly again. Good in the air. Paul heading away. Curry coming back, switching it into the middle of the park, but there's no one there. And they look for options over the top. Kekaris is onside. Fong is there to do really good defensive work and clear away. But Manly are looking to counter again, but do have to reset as City get back into their shape. Hillier striding forward. Switch out to Paul. Into Foldo, who just loses out. And now City will look to counter through Romero. Cuts back in and then gets tripped on the way forward by Pires. And he's probably got a right to ask the question around whether a card would be shown, as he was storming through on goal. Referee has decided to keep the cards in the pocket. But can City reply via their own free kick? Clarkson standing over it. Whipped in towards that back post again. It was definitely a push in the back there from Erkin. He hasn't asked for anything just yet. It's kept in. Only to lose the ball out, and now Manly look to break. Hillier into the path now of Rosso, lays it off really nicely. Manly steaming forward. They've got players left and right. Nice pass into Kekaris, but the pass is just not on the money. And City are allowed to come away with it. Manly had missed a golden opportunity there on the counter. At one point it looked like it was 4-on-1. Here's Ortiz trying the fancy flick, but it doesn't work out. Kamakura left a little short-handed. Is Karamalevsky starting it again here for City. And he just goes direct over to Kamakura. It's nicely done. And now the left back and storm forward. It's a nice layoff into the path of Romero. He tries to snake away through, can't do so. That's a nice ball into Ortiz. It's Petratos. Can't find a way through. Great defending by Aganovic. Pires as well in there. Goes to ground. Still the danger not over for Manly. And then a really clumsy tackle has gifted City another opportunity to put the ball in the box. Is about 2 or 3 players, it looks like, there's on the ground for Manly at one point. It looks like it's Pires still. It was Rosso that was guilty of giving away that free kick. It wasn't necessary. Fong was going nowhere. Clarkson was standing over it. They've switched over to Petratos. They want to use the right foot. Ball's whipped in. And then it's Aganovic who heads away again. Romero, who is then bundled in the back, and it's another free kick. Very similar to the one they had only moments before. So they would look for Clarkson again. It's a nice weighted ball again into the mixer, but dealt with nicely, and then a rather audacious effort there by Fong. Was never going to trouble Kane in goal from that distance and that kind of strike. We're getting close now to half time. About 8 minutes of regular time to go. There shouldn't be many stoppages. Ganovich with a strong header and then ping back forward. Romero looked like he used his arm to control that. He gets away with it. Paul goes long up the top. Nicely brought down there by Rosso. Here's Folder. Just drops it back to Hillier. Here's Pires. And he just plays the safe option. City looking to apply the press. They go long again. Monahan Viker has to do his job defensively. Oh, this is a nice run by Curry. Still powering through. And a switch of play by Curry. That's a Kamakura. Got Romero in company. Romero's looking for that shot. Goes for it. And it's high, wide, and not very handsome. It will be another goal kick. Eventually, Kay goes long. Get a lot of purchase on it. It's a great flick on there by Hillier, and here's Kekaris now. Hillier gets away with that on a couple of occasions. Advantage is being played. Here's a chance for Manly to strike. They can't find a shot forward. City will eventually bring this away, and that's a nice ball. Romero's found Ortiz striding forward. He's now in the box. Here's Romero, and it's 1-1. And we're getting a yellow card given to, I'm not sure here. There's a flash of yellow cards, I think perhaps for the previous foul.
Goal for St George City, number 10, Jason Romero. St George City 1, Community United 1.
It was against, would say, a bit of a confusing period there. Manly thought that they'd have a free kick for a foul on Hillier. The referee allowed the play to continue in the advantage play. And just in the confusion, Manly got caught napping. And it broke kindly to City on the break. And Romero teamed up really nicely with Ortiz to lay up what was a simple equaliser in the end. 1-1 here at Penhurst Park between St George City and Manly United. And similar to the goal that Manly scored, it's probably come against the run of play ever so slightly. City had worked their way back into the competition after going behind in the last couple of minutes. They probably didn't expect the goal to come as simple as it did in the end, but they'll take it nonetheless. This is nice from Manly. Here's Fowler steaming into the box, looking for some options. Kekaris picks it up. To the path of Hillier, looking for options. Tries to play the ball forward, but like Rosso was flat-footed. Karen Malevsky does really well to find a ball into the path of Ortiz, who turns and goes. One-on-one with Pires. Can't go around Svilagoy. Just picking up some really good pockets of space here, the St George winger. It's allowing his side the ability to just play long. be deeply disappointed that they did concede the goal so close to half-time. And they could concede another here if they're not careful. They managed to break away. Hillier still going. That's great work. Kekaris is beaten to it by Fong. And that's a good ball forward. And it's Romero into the path of Ortiz. Cleared away momentarily by Manly, but still with the home side. Here's Curry. Gets it to Kamakura. Looking for that ball across. Tries to find Ortiz. Can't do so. And now Manly will come away with the ball. Here is goes long. Brought down nicely here by Ramabos there. And they get the free kick here, Manly. This time the advantage isn't played. A yellow card is shown to, I think it's their centre half, Karamalevsky there. It certainly was. And can lightning strike twice here for Manly? It would certainly be a really huge blow for St George City, who have just got back into it. Kecker is standing over it again. That, though, is very anticlimactic as the ball goes sailing over the crossbar. I think he got caught in between two minds there, the Manly left winger. Thought about going for goal and then last minute tried to change his mind. Well, at that point it didn't work out. That's a great flick on. Here's Petratos switching it across. Romero's pinched it. Looking for some sort of option. He keeps the ball. Comes back to Clarkson. Nice pass. Here's Ortiz! Great save by Kay. Got down low. Ortiz didn't quite get the purchase he was after. And he managed to draw the save from Kay, but it was a comfortable one in the end for the goalkeeper. Hillier still going. Nice flick there. Here come Manly. Here's Rosso. Still going forward. Still with Rosso here. Nice work here from the Manly centre attacking midfielder. And eventually wins the ball. And it will be a corner for Manly laid on here. Probably the last act of this half. Can they strike a telling blow from the corner piece? Here comes the corner now. Kecker is standing over it. Whips in towards the back post, and no one went for it. I think it did touch a St George City player on the way through. And it is another corner. Hillier's raced across to take it. I have to pause here. There's a little bit of a committee hearing in the middle that the referee needs to break up. Referee making sure that it's all fair and legal. Manly will want to be careful that they don't concede a free kick on a potential goal scoring opportunity. Ball's whipped in towards that spot, but that's brilliant keeping from Kenny, who looks for the quick throw but can't get it. Now he's going to go long with the boot, and that is a mighty kick forward to Petratos. But it's brilliantly defended by the Manly defender coming back. And that will end the first half here from Penhurst Park on match day 13 between St George City and Manly United. It's been an intriguing match. Both sides have had their moments of dominance and have both been rewarded for it. And the share of the spoils is what they have so far in this important matchday 13 clash. Goals from Zach Svilagoy for Manly United, and then a reply from the ever-present Jason Romero, equalising for St George City, setting up a tense 45 minutes to come here on the official Football New South Wales live stream on YouTube. Stay with us here from Penhurst Park for the action between St George City and Manly United. It's 1-1. when you first left us here on match day 13 between St George City and Manly United, and we are heading into a second 45 minutes full of intrigue and full of importance here from Penhurst Park. My name is Don Mazzuto, joining you in coverage for what has been a rather intriguing game between these two sides. Nothing has really separated them. They've both had their moments to speak of and moments not to speak of, and there's been plenty of thoughts gone into the coaches' minds at the break, and we're about to get back underway here with Manly kicking off this second half, looking for back-to-back wins for what I think is maybe potentially the first time this season. Ball goes forward up to Bamboshe, who is immediately adjudged to have fouled Erkin as he looked to nudge off him. No changes at half-time for either side. Oleski goes direct again. Didn't work, but they've managed to find the ball and bring it forward now is Romero. That's a nice ball into the middle. It's whipped across. Dealt nicely with initially by Manly. Here's Fong with Speculator. But it was nowhere near the corner of the goal of K. Long ball forward from Naganovic as was met by Bamboshe, who is into Rosso. Chip forward by Paul is easily met by Kenny. He gets the game right back underway. We have, unfortunately, a spot of rain, but we'll get to that in a minute as Ortiz is swearing through. The flag has denied any threat that posed. But yes, as I mentioned during the break, the clouds have opened up and the rain is now falling down. It did look like just before kick-off that it was going to pass through, but it's picked up again here. Should make a pretty tricky second half. That's a nice turn there by Rosso. Tries to find either Bamboshe or Hekaris. Can't do either. And that's a ball forward from Petratus into Romero on the score sheet today. Nice play here. Here's Fong. Lovely ball across. Naganovic just gets a leg to it. His clearance, though, is not really desirable. The cross by Curry is easily dealt with by Svigoy, Biligoy. That's taken a handy deflection, and Svigoy again is there to head away. Here's Romero looking for a shot forward. Tratos trying to break free. And that's a nice ball forward. Bamboshe's onside. Streaming forward was Pellet, who then looked for the layoff, but Bamboshe just couldn't bring it down and find him. Nor could he find a ball across field. Here's Fong now, one-on-one with Kikaris. And Viker. Oh, that's nicely done by Curry. He's been industrious today. He's storming forward. Here's Ortiz. Ortiz! Just into the side netting. Had Romero in the middle, didn't use him. That's much better from the home side. Off the back of what was an imperious run forward by Curry. Okay, he goes long upfield. Clarkson got a touch to it, but Manly get it back. A throw for St George. They definitely touched a red shirt on the way through Manly. The officials think otherwise. It is a throw to Rockdale. Bambouche's got to be watchful here. Bambouche. Kamalevsky of Bambouche. Clarkson switches it out here to Fong. Got some room to move in. Looks for Petratos. Does really nicely to come back inside. Find Clarkson again. Nice ball forward into Romero, but excuse me there, it was Curry. We go long over the top here towards Bambouche, but it's just trickled through to Kenny, who's standing right on the edge of his 18-yard box. Clarkson goes long this time. That's a nice run. Kamakura's on side here. Cuts it back nicely to Ortiz. Fong had made the run out wide. Here's Petratos! Oh, lovely save by Kay. That's brilliant stuff in between the sticks by the Manly keeper. That was hit with some real venom, that strike. Here's Paul. Into the path of Bambouche, but it's a bit too overhit. Here's Curry. This is out. Pires. Look for the run of Rosso. He's one-on-one here with Monahan Vicar. Goes around him initially and then wins the corner. No, he doesn't. It's a goal kick. My apologies to the officials. Away there by Romero. Here come Manly. Falder. Oh, he nutties. The Rockdale player, and here's Kekaris now. Can he produce? Kekaris onto that right foot. Not a bad effort, considering the position he was in. Didn't get the purchase on it. But in the wet conditions, anything can happen. And Curry strides forward again. Long ball across the Fong now. Tratos. Oh, that's a bad giveaway there by Erkin. Bambouche had made the run, and Rosso hit it first time, and now they switch it out to Falder. Excuse me, this is Rosso now. Paul is streaming in the middle. Here's Paul. Can't find a shot, and then it drops kindly a couple of times for Rockdale, and now they counter as Petratos wins the second and first ball. Ortiz still going. Ortiz, lovely run. Can't find a way through though. Oh, that's nicely done there by Paul. And now he's going to bring it forward. Here's Rosso. Shows the wrong pass. And Karamilevsky is brought down. The free kick isn't given. Play continues. And now they don't have a centre half here. Pass forward from Pelle is weak and easily read. Here's Hillier now. Game's getting a little scrappy in the middle. That's a nice whipping ball now for Bambouche. Tries to go around Romero doing his defensive duties, and then he clumsily bundles into the back of the City forward. Some may have said that it was on purpose after a frustrating move, and Malevsky is still on his haunches after the coming together he had previously. Which means we are going to have another pause. I'm off here. Malevsky still testing it out. Looks like he'll be okay. Going to play with 10 for the time being, the home side. That's not going to help them out. A wayward kick forward. Now looking for a way forward. They can't creep through as Malevsky comes back on. Petrachos now. That's a nice layup. It's Kamakura. Tries to play it over the top to Ortiz, but it doesn't quite work out. Now getting guilty of some ill-placed passes and touches. Upfield. It's won by City. And now Fong is looking to stride in. That's a nicely weighted ball, which has to be put behind by Svilagoy, who initially got his feet in a right mess, but he was close enough to the byline to see it out of play, and Ortiz couldn't get on the end of it. Danger though, not yet dealt with. Here comes that corner now. It's round towards the back post. There's no one there for City. Nero's still going, so strong on the ball. Looking for a way through. And here comes Pele breaking away. Oh, lovely feet. Needs to find a player. Does get it to eventually Bambochet, who's onside. Into the path now of Rosso. And then tapped away there by Malevsky, who should have left it to Keddy and Giles, didn't. Fortunately, it just snuck out for a throw. Pele just didn't find the pass when he needed to. He did the hard part. Couldn't find the pass when needed. This one should go out for another Manly throw. It does. Here's Pele again. To Hillier. This is nice from Manly. They're trying to find a way through. They just get crowded out eventually. Calm and composed, keeps possession for Manly. Spillagoy is, I think, somewhat fortunate to get away with one there. Got caught napping on the ball, and Ortiz looked to have won it fairly. Could have gone either way there. Was somewhat aggressive from the forward. A long up to Kekaris. Will he keep this in? He can. And win the throw. Here's Pires to Paul now. He has a go himself. Captain looking for his moment on the hour mark. Romero, nice pass out to Fong. Takes on Pele, and wins a corner. No, goal kick, brilliant defending from the left back from Manly. Those moments will go a long way, determining who will walk away with the points in this one. Could be both sides at this stage. Neither of them have challenged their respective goalkeepers in the second half, bar a thunderous effort from Petratos, which was well kept in the end by Kay. Kay goes long up top towards Romero, who tries to win the header against Goy. Goy wins it nicely. Kekaris wins the ball here and now strides forward. He's got two in company. Oh, does really nicely, and then gets clipped by Petratos and wins a free kick in a very good position. Right here on the edge of the 18-yard box, and the acute angle. You'd think it would require some sort of power and whip to beat any keeper. If they do decide to go for goal, but certainly the option to set up one of the other players to tap one in. It's Spillagoy and Ganovich the targets again. Here's Kekaris. Tries to go into that far corner, and I tell you what, he was not far away as we get our first substitution of the evening. Looks like it's Cameron Fong who is coming off in replacement of Dominic Cox, the attacking one. It's already paid dividends as Cox is straight into the action. That's lovely work here from Petratos. Gets it all the way back here into the path of Curry. Straight down the throat though of Kay. Had to have a second grab at it, but in the rain and it all coming at that pace, you could forgive him. Does really well. Gilio is guilty of making a poor pass. Drop here for a City player, it has. It's Petratos now. Holds it into Ortiz. Can't find that top corner. Good press again. He's got a few players around him, and that's a lovely way to pass into Pires, who switches it out now to Fulda. Fulda now looking for options. Nice ball over the top from Pires to Paul, and then the bounce favours City as Monaghan Viker gets an important touch off the Manly captain out for a goal kick. And it was better for Manly playing it through the middle. Space opened up for them. They just haven't had that instinct in the final third today to really challenge this City defence. Lose out now, and City look to counter. Curry playing it wide. Cut back nicely. Go out to Petratos. It's a nicely weighted ball. Does well to keep it in. And that's a nice pass into Ortiz, who just can't bring the ball under control, and then eventually gives away the free kick. As we get a doubled substitution here for Manly. Off goes William Fulda, and looks to be Jesse Pires in replacement. They'll have Bilal Bacardi coming on. It looks to be Corey Cronin, who's gone out to the right wing. Here's Bilal Bacardi with his first touch. He's immediately pressed and can't find a accurate pass on his first attempt in this game. Ortiz leans out, but then a beautiful covering tackle from Hillier retrieves the ball for Manly, but only momentarily, as they have to retreat again. Cox can't go around Oganovic. Now, here's Bambashe, who needs the throw for his side. Clarkson went straight through the back of him. The referee didn't give them the free kick. They won the ball anyway. You wouldn't think that they would be rolling the dice from that far out, Manly. Here's Hilliard out. Find a pass forward. A lovely turn from Cox, who's been exciting since coming on. Curry still ducking and weaving. Cox goes wise out to Petratos. Can't get past Kekarus. Ortiz is not allowed to bring the ball down, as we get another change for the home side, their second of the evening. It looks like it will be Ortiz that goes off. So another attacking change, like for like on this occasion though. His replacement is Yarasimakis Petratos. There's Romero storming forward. Lovely ball. And then man on. Petratos has a go, but can't find an accurate shot. Challenge K. Plenty of time left in this one. 20 minutes to go. However, it's take something really special, I think, to break the deadlock here. Bacardi wins the ball really nicely. Here's a chance now. Here's Rosso. But it's brilliantly covered by Monaghan Vicar in the end. On the ball with authority in the end. Here comes the throw now. Looking for it eventually. Another one. Manly. Bombochet's layoff is cut out by Cox. Here's Bacardi trying to find a way through. Manly still looking to find a opportunity to cross the ball in, but they can't do so. It's lovely work on Petratos to wiggle away from danger. That'll stay in here. Siligoy lets it go out of play, doesn't decide to try and keep it in. Perhaps gave up on it a bit earlier than expected. Petratos now. Can't find Cox. Easily wins the ball against Bambochet, and then free kick is given. It looks like the handball here. Well, they can't believe it. Now it's a chance for City to load the box. Comes that free kick now. Whipped in low. Manly deal with it initially. It's a wonderful cross back in. Manly again are so good in the air. Still not over here though. Here come City. Ball across there for Petratos. Will it break to someone eventually? Everyone gets in each other's way. And then there's a yellow card given for a free kick just outside the box. Well, it was a complete cluster of bodies that came together there in the middle of the semicircle. The foul has just happened outside the 18-yard area. It was a shocker of a challenge there by, looked to be Hillier. He's down injured. Manly still protesting. Had to put his body on the line though, the Manly defender, or the shot was going to come flying in off Curry. It's Curry that stayed down. Looks like it's coming together with his own player as well that he's collided into. And they're going to get a free kick in position that you don't usually see in football, right on the line of the semicircle. I'll have to go with power. Getting it up and down over the wall from this angle is quite difficult. Is there, along with Romero, the goal scorer for St George. Excuse me. asking that wall to go back. Do have the player lying down too underneath the wall in case it goes low. About 3 or 4 options looking at this free kick. Karamalevsky's there too. He's retreated though. Kuri's looking at it. Looks like it'll be Romero who'll hit it. Build-up has been highly anticipated. Hits Kuri straight into the wall. Went for power in the end, but just didn't get the whip around the wall. Tried to get it to move to create a gap. Near post, flicked on, and in the back of the net! There's the man with the longest name in the National Premier League, Solomon John Monaghan Viker, who scores. And it's another set piece here today at Penhurst Park. And the home side do have the lead. It was taken quickly. And the home side centre-half was the first player to react. And all he needed to do was just get enough on it to guide it into the far post. There was no chance for Levi Kay in goal.
Goal to St George City.
St George City lead 2-1 over Manly United with 15 minutes to go. Manly, who have looked resolute throughout the 75 minutes that have been played so far, can't find a way to stop that one. As Kekeris wins a corner for Manly, can they replay immediately? Here comes the corner now. Kekeris, it is a real shocker. It almost actually crept in at the near post, but it was well dealt with by the City defenders. Philagoy goes back to Kay. The centre half will be disappointed that his side haven't been able to keep out City's return to the lead. Babochet chases this one into the corner. He'll keep this in. It can only flick it back into the path of a City defender who clears. Philagoy now striding forward. Pele wants to go back to Aganovic. I think now it'll be a back to the wall job for St George as the ball's played into the path here of Rosso, who's done well to keep it in, but does eventually trickle out for a St George City throw. Riccardi. Well, that's a nice layup. Here's Babochet, who's gone straight through and tripped ever so slightly. Referee says no penalty. There wasn't much complaint by the Manly players. Babochet, who's been kept very quiet today, almost had his moment. His heavy touch found the gap, but he stumbled at the worst moment. It could have been a trailing leg of a City defender that did catch him, but it wasn't enough to justify a penalty to the referee. and it is eventually play on, and I might say that City were lucky that it didn't go against them. It was a difficult one to adjudge because it was a moment that happened at such great pace. They definitely could have gone either way. Solid clearance away there by City. That's gone out. Will be a throw to the red shirts. Chartos now, looking to kill the game off. Pele steps in really nicely and plays Bambashe into space. He needs support though. Eventually gets it with Kekaris providing it. They switch it into the middle. There has been a substitute for Manly as Fox is on. Placement of Hillier. Here's Kekaris now. It's Pele. Whips it in nicely. Just a little bit too nicely, one might say, as it was caught rather comfortably in the end by Kenny. Huge clearance again by Kenny. That's almost gone the length of the field. Is a little shorter here at Penrith Park, but not by much. Lovely layoff between Chartos and Romero. That has resulted in a penalty for Rockfoot and George. That is a massive call here, which could really seal off the game. Only moments before, Manly were denied a opportunity to level on the spot by the referee. On that occasion, Ganovic has been adjudged to have tripping Petratos. And the referee pointed at the spot. I don't think there is much argument as to whether or not it was or wasn't. It looked clear. It was late. It looked like he may have got a touch on the ball, but it's the way he came through the player. Manly still protesting with the official on the far touch line. But that isn't going to change the minds of the people in black. But they've still got to score this. Petratos, the man who was fouled, is going to be the one who takes this penalty. His run-ups from the car park. Levi Kay could try and keep Manly in this one here. Here comes Petratos to make it 3-1 and does so brilliantly and calmly down the middle. With 7 minutes to go, St George lead 3-1 over Manly. Somewhat in controversial fashion, but they will take it nonetheless.
St George City 3, Manly United 1. Goal scorer number 11.
I did say before that it was going to be a game that was probably going to be decided by a bounce of the ball. And so far it looks like that's going to be St George's day with just under 7 minutes to go here. Manly with plenty of work to do, but two City's credit, they have looked better bringing the ball forward and in open play. Manly have obviously tried to utilise the set piece where they can and did get that early on in the first half via Filagoy's head. But other than that, they've really not brought anything else. It'll be a goal kick, that one. Again, looking like it could have gone either way. There wasn't too much complaints though from the Manly players, so you would think that it probably was the right decision. Heads into space. There was another substitution for Manly. They're doing them ninja style in the second half. Stefan Vischer is on. It looks like Rosso's come off. Come Manly though. Can they get themselves a late goal and make this one a nervy one for the home side? Now the ball's in. There's Babochet, and it just couldn't get a flick on it. Kenny was brave and came out and collected well. He's down on the ground hurt. Back underway. Referee being urged by the crowd and the coaching staff of Manly for some time wasting from the keeper. Looking to apply the 6-second rule, which I don't think has been enforced since 1908. So, I'll be amazed if it does come off, but usually nowadays it's about 10 seconds, not 6. And even then it's a generous 10 seconds too. Good to see that the Manly fans have come out in their droves to cheer on their side. Not common for the Northern Beaches folk to come over the Spit Bridge, but so good on them. It's a long throw into the box, just headed up into the air. Bambochet's trying to bring this down, looking for some sort of way through. Here's Bacardi, can it be put away? Still with Bacardi, someone trying to put it away for Manly. They can't find a way through. Then the shot comes, but it is deflected over for a corner as we get substitution for the home side prepared. The referee is set to hold on just momentarily. Can Manly make this a nervy finish from here? Whipped into the mixer, and then the free kick is given for some pushing and shoving against the away side, which you would think quash any kind of hope of a miracle saviour here for them. We are going to get that change now. Jason Romero's going off. His goal at the end of the first half, very crucial in the end for the home side. It gave them the momentum and the fight back spirit that they needed. He's been replaced by Nathan Roberts. Oh, this is a nice run. Roberts is going all the way to the byline. Good save by Kay, the near post.
Nathan Roberts.
Incredible run there. So much speed. It's a poor giveaway by Kay. Here's Patatos. Back to Brother Patatos. Oh, he tries to get it through. Breaks it to Curry! Got it onto that left foot. He was screamed at by his colleague, who should have said that he whipped the ball out to him. Kuamoto Kamada. After his impressive run before, it was Bamboshe who's held off the ball a couple of times and then shut it away as that ball is hoofed onto Georges Rivers Road. That won't be coming back. Riccardi now. Fox. Filagoy. Also does well to step away a couple of times into Bamboshe, but he can't get past Ekin. Petratos now tries to touch it around. Meganovic he has. Pele's tracked well. Here's Petratos looking for four. Lovely tackle and then hoisted over the fence and down the road into the construction site down on the western side of the ground. We don't have too many minutes left now as we're into added time. Referee looking at the watch, probably a minute or so left here to just factor in a couple of injuries. Ball's played long by Svilagoy, but it won't find anyone other than Kenny. Still getting the call for 6 seconds, the referee. Clarkson just nods it away. Okay, looking to get Manly on the front foot. Maybe score a consolation goal, if anything, the away side. Lose out again. Kamada not allowing any Manly player to stride forward. Filagoy, the path of Rosso. The throw, Manly. Hoisted clear. Should take just more seconds off the clock. Filagoy up to Bamboshe, who's there, who had a good header at it. It's actually Vischer in the end. Probably didn't expect it to reach him. Just didn't have the right body positioned. Ball goes long, upfield by Kenny. That was a free kick you would have thought. It doesn't come. Now Petratos just heads towards the corner. Here's Roberts. Cox looking for a way back to him. Finally just played. Paul's looking for a way forward. He's nudged in the back, and well, that was a miss. That was clearly a free kick, because then he's going to give one for retaliation. And that will surely run the clock down as we enter past 4 minutes at a time. run from Pele, still going, but he loses out, and now City bring it forward. Petratos to Petratos. Can't go around Okadi, who then wrestled him to the ground. I think all form of order has been lost, so thankfully the whistle has been blown for the final time here at Penhurst Park on match day 13. It was topsy-turvy and it was ill-disciplined, but we still saw plenty of goals and it was very entertaining. It was level at the break, courtesy of goals via Zach Svilagoy for Manly and then Jason Romero for St George City. But in the second half, it just ended up being a matter of who took their opportunity when it came, and that came to the impressive home side who continued their march towards potential finals football at the end of the season. Goals coming via Solomon, John, Monahan, Vicar, and then Costa Petratos from the penalty spot to round up a resounding win for St George City, 3-1. It's been great calling this game for you here from Penhurst Park. Final score for you, St George City 3, Manly United 1. They got unlucky. They just switched off. They went to Sheds at 1-0, I think.